Trying to get the skin of your dream for a long time but can't get it in any way? On our website you have a unique opportunity to get your favorite knife. Users on our site can hand out skins themselves, and participants need to fulfill some simple conditions. For example, watch a video or buy a case on our website. After that, you automatically become a member of the distribution. Go to the user giveaways tab and do what you like. Hellcase.
Do you have any unnecessary skins or want to sell them? Try SkinPlace. Visit the website, select the skins you want to use. Easily fill your Steam trade link. Make sure we offer good prices and choose a payment method. Hit the button and boom! Instant cash. Safety. Low commissions. Instant payouts. SkinPlace.
Alright, hello and welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another day here at the CCT. We've got a couple of delays, you know, about an hour or so, because of a terrible update. We have a tragedy in the map pool today.
Yep. It's not just it was a straight up murder in the map pool.
It was a murder, and an unjustified one, and I hope it will immediately get reverted. I hope Valve will be condemned for this. No one likes this update except for the two people that no one knows. Those two people, I hope you're happy, everyone else miserable. And even more so, we have delays because of the update.
Yes.
So, wonderful stuff here.
Not much we can do.
Not much we can do, except to,
cry
smile
ourselves
and wave,
to bed.
boys.
Smile
Oh,
and
that
wave,
too.
exactly. I feel like a proper penguin by the fact that this update caught us by surprise, I think, all of us. And we'll talk more about it later on. But right now, what we got to talk about, ladies and gents, after a very long technical pause due to the update, we are getting ready to jump into our game hopefully soon. Of course, to quick overview what you're watching, welcome back to the CCT Season 2 of the first European series here of the Champion of Champion Tours. Right now we are in the Swiss stage, aka the group stage, as you can see here, from April 21st to April 29th, and playoffs will be starting off within less than a week, effectively. So kind of excited to see where we go with that, but right now what the important part is, we are getting ready to watch, of course, Zero Tenacity face off against Illuminar.
Indeed. It's not the only game we have here as well. You can see a couple of the previous matches that we have had here.
Yes.
And a couple more to still go, you know? There's a couple. We've got a Counter-Strike for days here, essentially. Nearly non-stop action, and today's action looks something like this here. We've got a wonderful set of games headed your way, and we're gonna start. Well, we're gonna be starting on the top left to the right, and of course, just reading them as if they were pages. Then, Fire Vision Sinners and Guild Eagles Bleed to finish off the day with a different pair. But that's coming up a little bit later. So let's focus on the ones we have at the moment, shall we?
Shall we indeed? As we said, Zero Tenacity facing off against Illuminar currently, and you can see they're both standing in the 1-1 bracket of the results. So they're currently both at 1 loss, 1 win in terms of series, which means they're in the golden middle. Nobody's yet out, nobody's yet forward. This game, quite important for both of the teams. They'll have a chance to, you know, if they win, to get into the winners match or the advancement match, where they'll be able to get into the playoffs. If they lose, they'll be facing elimination. So it is a pretty important series overall for both of these two squads. And of course, let's first overview who will be representing the teams, to be more exact, starting off with probably, I would say, Illuminar. There we go. Of course, Illuminar, a well-renowned Polish organization, and these guys, they have not been messing around for the last 5 or so years, even more. as they truly had quite a few lineups that at one point were very scary.
Indeed. Now, right, you said they had lineups. Now, this is the newest one. This has been
Yes.
together for about a month. And it did catch me off by surprise, right? These are not the names that I'm more or less used to. Furlan and PHR, of course, they are essentially the residents here more recently. The names that I kind of know here. But then, Case, Snatarax, and Ultimate, those names did catch me off guard. While I was doing my research yesterday, a little bit so, and I did get surprised. I wasn't aware they had made changes recently, and or even more so, I am less aware of what exactly these players are capable of. So, it's definitely a surprise. It's gotta be a completely new sort of Illuminar that we're gonna be watching, despite the organization's long-standing history. But what is this team gonna be looking like then today? That's the question, but not the only one. We also have Zero Tenacity.
Exactly. Zero Tenacity, a team that comes from my region, from the Balkans. We got 2 Serbian, 2 Bosnian, and 1 Montenegrin player. We've got AVN to kick off here, of course, and Siofo. Then we've got Nemanja, Simke, and Brute Monster. These guys, they've been playing for a very long time. Zero Tenacity been together for a very long time. I believe the core now almost 2.5 years, if not even longer. And I think, they've always tried their best, did their best. Sometimes, unfortunately, falling flat with results. But I hope that we see more of them in their near future as well. And you can never really kind of sign them out, right? You can't really say they are done until they truly are, because they've got some surprising performances. I mean, they might not look like it on paper, but certainly a very scary team that knows what they're doing, and basically they're effectively veterans of the scene, especially in this part of the world. But yeah, with that being said, I'm really excited to see what the veto will be, which maps we'll be watching here. Of course, with the new update adding Dust, we're still retaining the old map pool for this series as we started with it, so we'll end with the old map pool, but all the other update details are now being in effect as well. But the veto, as we said, right, which maps will be played, this is where the interesting part comes in, and let's see exactly what the bans and the picks will be.
Now, here's a little bit of a fun fact. The game was delayed, so we actually have access to the vetoes if we want. So we could look at those, but we could also play the normal game of let's just try to guess. Now,
let's play chicken. Yeah, exactly.
There is a couple of maps that Illuminar may not like. Overpass is one of those, but for today it seems to be Nuke. So it is going to be interesting to see if Overpass is going to be played here or not. Well, and honestly, if I'm Zero Tenacity, I would go for it. Yeah,
I would pick
Nuke.
it. Yeah.
Illuminar have not played it with this roster yet, so there definitely is the unknown quantity, and maybe it's just a map that they haven't been practicing as much, but maybe it is one that they're kind of trying to slide in their map pool now a little bit. Right, they've only been together for a month with this core or this new roster. They're maybe experimenting a little bit, so Overpass could be one of those maps that they have been putting in the work in. But we'll see how that actually goes, because Mirage is the actual pick for Illuminar as well. And for Zero Tenacity, very 50-50, quite literally.
Yeah.
So, a lot of unknown quantities here. But I'm nonetheless excited to see what this actual veto is going to be finishing like. We have Vertigo out, and it's going to be either... What are the maps here? I'm forgetting. Inferno or Anubis?
I think, I think Inferno will definitely be banned here, right? You wanna avoid it if you're Illuminar. I mean, just look at their stats. They haven't really played a lot of it. So yeah, it's gonna be Inferno banned. And Anubis, last map to be chosen here. So we got Overpass, we got Mirage, and we got Anubis. And don't get too comfortable on Overpass, people, because it's going out. Well, effectively, it's already out. But yeah, I'm hella concerned about it, and hopefully we'll get to see it back in the pool before the end of the year. But so we got our choice for this series, the first series of the day here. It's Overpass first, and it's a great map pick for Zero Tenacity. They've got a good scoreline on it. I mean, quite a few maps played, so they're looking pretty solid. Illuminar, on the other hand, haven't really played officials on Overpass, so I think they might be in a bit of a pickle. Interesting choice to go for Mirage second, but I think it's a smart choice for Illuminar. Mirage is the most played map of all times, effectively. It's become the new Dust 2, barring Dust 2. And Yeah, I think it's a safe bet as well.
Can we, by the way, already get a chant? Can we get a petition to get Dust 2 out of the map pool, please?
Yeah, just delete it, right? Just absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean,
delete the game files.
Exactly.
Someone's gonna remake it anyways, but delete every single one of them.
I would love to see Dust 1. I mean, I know it's crazy to say that because it's an absolutely broken
that
map,
is
but
that is not crazy by any means. Dust 1 is infinitely better.
I'd rather have Dust 1 for real.
I mean, we already have Mirage Dust 3 essentially as well.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
then we have Ancient in the pool as well. Like, who made this? Who made the choices, man?
I'd like to speak to the person that made those choices and have a few choice words for them.
Words, most definitely. I could go on for days here about a lot of things. I already sent you yesterday during the night. You were sleeping away. I sent you a message.
I was sleeping. Just for context, people, I was sleeping, and Nexus sent me a message on WhatsApp. If you talk about this update, I will end you, kind of way. I was like, yeah, I mean, I kind of feel you, and I woke up
not
in the
those
morning.
Exact words.
No, not exact words, obviously. No.
Those sounded way more personal than they actually were.
Yeah, I know. But
my Twitter has my mood from the first moment I saw the update. I was like, okay, left hand. Never mind, I'm jumping off a cliff. It was that exact moment of realization.
Yeah.
Just should not be in the pool. This is by far the worst map pool we've had in ages, and I absolutely despise it.
I feel like it's just gonna get worse and worse with the time that we go on here, because it seemingly everything's just going down a drain. But this series, this tournament, certainly not.
This is still a great series with Overpass and Pool.
Yeah, I'm extremely excited. Honestly, I'm extremely excited to see where we go with this best of 3. Because Illuminar, as you said, fresh squad, about a month together right now, so they're really kind of still fresh. But for Zero Tenacity, they've been well established up until this up until this point. So they are not to be messed around.
4 out of 5 have been together for 2.5 years.
Yes,
2 years, 6 months, basically on the dot.
Yeah. Been together for a very long time, and truly, I just hope that they give us that show, right, that we want to see from them, and that we expect to see from them.
I mean, we're hopefully going to be getting it.
Oh. We are hearing some information.
We're getting some words. It is cutting a little bit from production's end. We heard a little bit of that, but from what I understand, a couple of minutes, we should be good to go for the game.
Yeah. Apparently, we will be starting soon, so don't worry, people. We are soon to start, hopefully. We do apologize for the tech delays. Not much we could do about it. Unfortunately, the update is what it is, and, well, here we are.
Here we are.
But yeah, final thoughts. So this series, we got our maps chosen. We got Overpass, we got Mirage, we got Anubis. Do we see even 3 maps in this case? Because if you take a look at the stats, if you take a look at the past games on the first 2 at least, for Overpass and Mirage, it all shows that Zero Tenacity should be taking the W.
It feels like it, yeah. They have this sort of experience. They have this sort of mentality, like you said as well. Don't count them until they're completely out of it.
Yeah.
And, last couple of months, they have been, pretty damn well performing, right? Nevada has got 1.22 ratings over the past couple of months as well. Brute Mods at 1.11.
Yeah.
For the other side, though, a lot more unknowns, in a way. Ultimate is the best performing player, of course, on that side. But if you look at just the numbers alone on the rest, they haven't really had that sort of stability in that roster yet. 3 players below 1.0 rating, maybe not the greatest. But it's still a young roster. You're still expecting them to grow. Not everything's fitting into place perfectly just yet. But, it might take a little bit of time. We just kind of have to figure out or hope for the best for this squad. But currently, they have one good piece in Ultimate that has been fitting in pretty damn well. We're waiting for that, or for the rest to stabilize, fight at their own positions, their own comfortable playstyles in this roster. It's a brand new adventure for Illuminar. And we're basically just waiting, hoping for the best.
Yeah, I mean, we kind of are. I believe we are going to have to go to a tech break, though. Now, we are still... I think we're still starting pretty much in a few minutes. So, we're just kind of tidying up the last few pieces that need to be tidied up. Final thoughts on this for me would be Zero Tenacity absolutely adds an advantage. I expect them to win this series, not only because, you know, I know the players themselves, perhaps not as personally as I would like, but I've seen them play in the past. I know what they're capable of. I know of their structure. I know of their mentality, and I know of their quality. And I just hope that we see that in full swing today. As for Illuminar, I wish them the best, but I think they're perhaps a little bit out of their depth in this instance.
Potentially so, but as you said, we'll be hoping to a, you know, short break. We should be getting ready any minute, but
yeah,
we're gonna make sure nothing else is gonna be delaying us. So we hope to the break, and when we come back, it is gonna be straight into map number 1. It's gonna be into Overpass. So ladies and gents, we'll see you in just a moment, hopefully. So don't go anywhere. And so we are back. Now, what we've been told is that we're going to be doing a little bit of a short opener here. That's exactly what we're doing. We're talking, we're yapping until the game is ready. I mean, it should be in, you know, how long? Give me time.
Maybe 1 to 2 minutes. And, you know, chat, you should know this by now. The casters, when they start talking, the more they talk, the bigger the chance that we start the game. That's it. That's the rule of the universe. That's how it
Yeah,
works.
I'm gonna stop you right there. You need to stop yapping. We should be hopping into the game immediately. Now,
See what I told you?
we got word. We got word. It took 10 seconds when you started talking, and here we are. So, ladies and gents, it's been long enough. You've been given the talk, the spiel long enough to understand we are finally hopping into the game here. The updates has pushed back the game an hour and 15 minutes. And my god, if that is not an indication of
Something
Stay
being
with the
wrong
game.
with the update. Yep, exactly so. Ladies and gentlemen, let's not delay this any longer. Illuminar versus Zero Tenacity is the map pick of Overpass here for Z10. And they are the ones to start T side, of course. Illuminar, meanwhile, on the pistol. We see 3 players being set up in toilets, 2 towards B. And Nexus, I'm kind of excited to see where this one leads us to. Zero Tenacity right now, looking quite well equipped with a lot of utility to take out the A site.
I would imagine the pistol leads us the round of a 2, but I might be wrong on that account as well. We're starting things off, however, the CT side are going to be getting a couple of kills and also getting a couple of casualties as well at the same time. But out toward the site, they are taking control.
I mean, it's
they are
looking
doing
good
it
so
well,
far.
yeah.
Ultimate 1 versus 3, and you did mention him being kind of the MVP for the team of Illuminar, right? Or at least stepping up for Illuminar, I should say. Unfortunately, in a 1v3 with dual Berettas, even with dual Berettas, this might be a little bit too difficult. But yeah, well, it is.
Gets
It
confirmed,
is. Yeah. Sioffo finds himself the final frag here, and it's going to be a great start for Z10.
A great start. Now, I don't think you either had you had a kill feed either there,
no, I did
unfortunately.
not.
So
I
yeah,
did
we
not. Yeah,
understand that is a we're gonna try to get that sorted immediately.
We can thank
A lot
the
of
new
delays,
update
a
for
lot
it.
of problems, but
Yep.
it is what it is. That's the mentality we kind of have to work with. That's the average male, I guess.
Experience.
Yeah, it just is what it is. You can't do anything about it, man.
Yeah, exactly. And, well, we'll bring...
That's how Finland became the happiest country for 7 years in a row.
Just
It is what
accepted
it
their
is.
fate.
Yeah.
Well, you accepted your fate you know, you represent Finland in this case.
I am Mr. Finland, as
you are
many know.
Mr. You are Mr. Finland. Exactly. Population
But,
of 1.
yeah, look at this.
Yeah, fast B take. Pretty successful. And this should be a relatively easy pickup for Z10. Looking solid on the after plan. Bomb's already 1/4 ticked off, or 1/3 ticked off, and yeah, it's gonna be 2-0 for sure.
Now, would it be, by the way, as well, now we're kind of in a bit of an odd state at the start of the day here. I'll quickly address one more thing as well. Right now, people are asking why weren't we given info that it would be delayed. I believe, you know, there was a bit of an issue in the sense that we weren't really aware of this either until the very beginning, until like about 5 to 10 minutes, I think, was the time. We got word on it that, you know, the update has caused a lot of issues. We didn't really know until people tried to actually connect to the server, from what is my understanding. So it is kind of hard to, you know, try to guess that is the exact problem here. So it is unfortunate. There's nothing that we can do about it either. So, you know, Theo and I, we kind of sat here talking to each other for about an hour.
We yapped away.
Yeah, we yapped away. We talked about a couple of different things.
A big shout out to the crew, by the way. Big shout out to production for solving the issues as quick as they could. Obviously, not an easy task when you're dealing with new updates, when you're dealing with issues that you are not even sure
really
where
have
they're
a lot of
coming
power.
from. Exactly. So big ups to the production boys. You've done a great job, and we love you. And in any case, Zero Tenacity love B. Look at this push. Yeah, the nades flying through as well. Case and Ferlin getting the drop on Simca, but it seems like it's not going to be even close enough as the round is already finished. With 3 survivors, Z10 secure the 3rd round in a row. And we now step into the real ring here as we got the full buy finally for the Polish lads.
Yeah, the CT side, they have one more nade there, they get another kill. Easy. But not the case. It is what it is. We are going for a quick technical timeout. They've got an anti-cheat issue from what I can tell. From what I'm reading, the information and so on. And well, we should be getting Anorax hopefully back shortly, but, you know, a couple more minutes hopefully won't do any harm.
Hopefully. And
Hopefully, yeah, that's the key word here.
it's likely perhaps the AC is also, you know, a potential reason why we're having such issues with the crashes, as the update might have messed something up, as it usually does, and well, that's what we have to deal with. But Anorax seemingly already back, so that's a good sign. He's returned, he's buying in. Yeah, we're back. Game should be live in a few seconds as soon as everybody's ready. So no longer delays, and yeah, right now, as we said, first gun round, first real test of metal for Illuminar. Fresh squad with some very renowned names of the Polish scene in it. Furlan and PHR, obviously, two players that I would say are definitely the veterans already of the scene, like Z10's AVN, for example. And yeah, I'm excited to see where we go forward as the gun round will begin. Ultimate with the AWP on the side of Illuminar, and Brute Monster with his own on Zero Tenacity.
Starting off, Case is going to have himself a flashbang to mid. Oh god,
Oh
that
god,
looks-
that new
Oh.
reticle.
Yeah,
Yeah,
new-
it's...
That just, oh man.
Yeah.
I do not want that on spectators, thank you.
I hope they'll have an I hope there's an option to turn it off completely, because and not to, don't get me wrong, people, it's nice they added it in so you don't have to manually do it, but the fact is some people just don't need it.
Yeah, some people are just good enough otherwise.
Good nade, by the
Some
way.
people have spent hundreds of hours trying to learn how grenades in this game work and just are built different,
Built different, like you are.
like me.
By the way, Nexus knows pretty much every piece of utility you could hope for on pretty much every map we play, so that's big ups to you,
Even
man.
the maps we don't play. I know
Even the
Dust 2
maps-
Util as well, and I hate that map with passion. Ancient as well. I hated that map with passion. I still kind of
Yep.
don't like it.
And
I
you still know the
Util.
lineups. Yep, exactly.
It's not fun, man, but you just, someone's got to learn them. It's an issue, right? But, oh well. Another issue here is we've got 40 seconds left and not an opener for the T side, and not even for the CTs either.
We can see they added...
Although, ooh, this is great, though. This is what I've been waiting for. Left hand on the M4. However, you can't actually swap guns because it always does the animation, so you'll have to wait a couple seconds before you can shoot.
Yeah, it's a bit broken right now.
Manha, though, should be getting himself a free kill here, I would imagine. There's one. Ultimate might be the second, because now he's going to be brought into this challenge as well here. He has to hit the shot quickly, and will do so. Up next, he is going to land at the shot of the Joffo, and maybe a third as well. But won't be getting it. Instead, covering for the bomb, Blad Brute Monster will be having his own AWP on the case as well. With the bomb shot finally planted, we're down to 2 versus 2 here. Zero Tenacity wanted to keep this clean streak going.
And this is doable. I mean, there's an op on the retake for Brute Monster, which means he's going to be able to hold a hard angle here and possibly get a free kill. He does. That's going to be Anorax. And a second one as well. Brute Monster, definitely the highlight for Zero Tenacity as a player. He is an excellent and well-experienced lad that knows what he's doing. So big ups to Zero Tenacity, picking up the 4th and the gun round here. That's a great start for their T side of Overpass.
Indeed. Ultimate tried his best as well. A 4v2. It was a 4v2 right for a couple of seconds there as well for Illuminar,
Yes,
but
yes. But
Zero Tenacity. Quick
Furlan-
shots for Brute Monster.
the thing is, Furlan jumped through the smoke and caught himself a bullet in the head instead of for it. So yeah, perhaps jumped the gun a bit too soon, Furlan, and paying the price for it is the whole team losing the round. But in any case, let's not linger on the past. Let's see what the future holds. 90 seconds to go in round 5, and Z10 looking like they're vying for that long control, potentially going into toilets afterwards and maybe spreading out for a bit of an ace split. I like the 2 players on long, though. Kind of setting up a bit of a defensive position here. Anti-flash being held.
I feel like when one is playing this wide, you do check it. You have to
Oh, he
check it.
doesn't
Manha
see.
didn't actually spot him in case. There you go, he gets 1, but they are not checking the corner. It is Ultimate Desert Eagle, does get 1 out of it. The trade, inevitable, but still down to a 3 versus 3. The players on long, they did exactly what they needed to. 2 kills, the trades are there, but still an even number situation. And headed toward the ace side. If they don't entry at the same time, this could very quickly delve into trouble for Zero Tenacity. Go to the side though, Molotov is great. It does force BHR into the open, and he's not the only one. Because Anorax thought he had a chance edging the smoke, but it is in case still to get the shots. They now know where Furlan's coming from as well.
This round does seem to be recovered for Zero Tenacity. And we continue with this round that is still doable. If you look at the HP alone, 21 to 61. Desert Eagle, the great weapon for this exact scenario, but it's not going to land the shots. Brute Monster is off yet again, gets a couple of impactful kills in the round of Zero Tenacity. I have a feeling they might actually have a little bit of tenacity after all.
I mean, they don't give up easily, that's for sure. If there's anything the Balkans are known for, is their well,
Breakfast?
Oh, I got me there, but I meant
you were talking about what? What was your breakfast again?
Oh, well, the usual breakfast for this region is a coffee and a cigarette, so there you go. But yeah, I meant to say they have determination, and it's showing. Zero Tenacity, great start, 5-0 currently, looking real solid. And we do have another gun round for Illuminar, and this time very, very advanced position for Case. I like this setup. Somebody is holding, I believe, playgrounds, but look at AVN. He's already so far deep on short. He gets the shot on Furlan. That's a start that you absolutely love to see. And Nemanja pushing through Monster. He's going to find Anorak's ultimate. Might have gotten one in return, but PHR now finds himself alone. And he's going to have to go for a multi-frag here. A 4K in total to win. Not going to happen. Simke with the shutdown. And it's Zero Tenacity continuing their performance, looking absolutely glorious in this first half.
Their map pick, beautiful start, and the fact is, right, not every round has been free so far. They have been, you know, a little bit of, or has been a little bit of fight in this CT side. The Zero Tenacity is still 6-0, start to the game. Definitely filling me with a fair bit of confidence. The belief we sort of had in Zero Tenacity, the experience the team has had, the recent stats that Illuminar and Brute Monster are putting up as well. Yeah, definitely insane. Yeah, definitely experiencing that sort of beating at the moment as well for Illuminar.
And I spoke about their quality as a team. They're very, very well organized when they put their minds to it. They can be extremely deadly because they know how to play, they know what to do, and they will always check. I mean, they're always going to be careful for the most part. Obviously, mentality is a big part of it, and as long as they keep themselves composed, it's not going to be easy for Illuminar, no matter how hard they try. And we can see that they're pretty much stacking up A. We've got AVN calling out that there's no presence on Monster, so the relocation of Zero Tenacity towards B begins, and I believe there won't be any resistance whatsoever, as nobody from Illuminar is even close to rotating towards B.
Now, as long as they have these players aggressive, it doesn't seem like they're too willing to make rotations. But I say that, they are clearing toilets. The long player has gone a bit further away. So they have now a little bit of reason at least to go down toward the B side with them not seeing anything toilets or A. So the timing is pretty good. But it could have been better. Could have been slightly sooner. They might have gotten themselves into the site. But now it comes to hitting a couple of shots.
Oh, they need to be spotted.
It should have been spotted. Yeah, the barrel sticks out way too far. And now only hoping for a couple of free Bs. But it's not happening. The CT side are being taken down here one at a time. And it seems like Zero Tenacity might just keep this completely clean. Not a single casualty as of yet. And with a 6-0 now turning 7-0 in terms of start, their economy is finally kind of receiving a little bit of a boost as well on some of the players. You see Brute Monster down to 900, but then you look at Simk, 9.7k. Yeah. Maybe the economy should be spread around a little bit. But nonetheless, they're all going to be feeling the effects of this round on Zero Tenacity.
I gotta say, Nemanja making the right calls here. As I said, AVN, Avan was able to kind of give the call that there's no presence on Monster that he could detect, and immediately Nemanja calls to take connector control, connector, and then later on move into Monster. And yeah,
Right calls right now from the IGL of Z10. On the other hand, Furlan, he's going to have to adapt. He's going to have to perhaps change up his strat a little bit from the defaults they might be used to, because you got to take Zero Tenacity by surprise, clearly. In 7 rounds, they were unable to really do much to them, and I think there has to be some sort of a change in order to make that difference, as we do have a few Molotovs being thrown.
The utility is good. I do like it. The boost as well on short. This looks like a good start to the CT side here in terms of this round.
It will be. It will be.
Making the case, making the executive decision. This is a good CT round. You heard it here first, ladies and gents.
Yes, you
But
did.
how exactly is this going to play out? Because the Zero Tenacity, right? You're going to see they've got connector control. The CT's nowhere near the toilets. You're talking about maybe taking them by surprise. This is kind of not it. They're instead of playing for the passive angles instead. We saw earlier as well with the pistols, they tried to go for a little bit of a long play. They did trade them out at least. But they're happy playing the site, buying the time with Zero Tenacity as well. We kind of have seen the last few rounds. They haven't been all that fast. Down to 30 seconds, I believe, in the last couple of rounds alone.
Oh, PHR's going to feed Brute. Yeah, that's not going to
Timing's
work.
not there.
Nope, it's going to be Ultimate on site that's going to have to hold the line. He spots the boost on Nemanja. He's able to take him out. 3 versus 4, 40 seconds. Z10
That's
now.
the bomb as well.
Yeah, going to have to
Are they
make
going to force the rotation, though, is my question, with them now seeing the bomb, because it seems like they are going to be doing that, leaving one man toward the B side. Brewmaster as well, still hanging toward the long. It is indicating it is still a play happening at the CT side with 3 players now that are going to have the perfect chance to get themselves on the board. Molotov is good. It does force Ultimate into a fight where there's going to be Jump or Monster. Doesn't matter.
check right?
Both still dead. And Case has a chance, and he's going to double down. Maybe a third as well, but from Anorax instead. Jumping, staying alive. It is Illuminar finally on the board.
Close call, very close call. It came down to Tjoffa checking his right-hand side angle. He did not getting caught, and then I believe it was Simke right after him. Yeah, Simke getting caught as well. Brute Monster obviously with an op, hard to react that quickly, and that will be round 1 to Illuminar. They make it happen. They pay a high price for it. They are out of money, to be honest, and if they lose here, they're in dire straits, but right now, there's a chance they could make this into quite a few rounds consecutive if they succeed in picking up an entry again, because that's exactly what happened previously. They were able to get the kill on AVN on short, but look at the trade on short. AVN and Furlan, they're kind of playing around the smoke, and AVN has got a better angle. The pop flash support from Simke helps, and another entry secured for Z10. His Ultimate holding that stairway spot, but nobody challenging whatsoever, and AVN's going to continue his push towards B. He's basically
Fishing for information. If he can get a kill, that's a great bonus here to the squad, and he will succeed in picking up the kill on Toxic. And good luck, Illuminar, finding out what the hell is happening now. They gotta rotate Ultimate back to B.
Yes, indeed. A minute still left on the clock, and again, it seems like Zero Tenacity not afraid of running down the clock here, which I do like. The play at the moment, it does seem like they might want to take mid control, go down connector. But how well will this actually work out? Because they still have the past Case in mid, but he's making his own plays at the same time. And with Chopo on the other side of connector, it comes down to timing alone. It's Simke behind him, taken down quickly. It's the bomb up next to the back of Brute Monster. Again, 30 seconds. This could have the play that saves CT side on Case. He's turned around, picked up a 4K, drops the bomb, and he's going up for the ace, and well, he'll get it. Out of nowhere, he pulls that stuff off. The sixth sense, the spider sense is tingling. And he gets every single one of them. No one gets past him.
What a shutdown. 1 versus 5 effectively here, and a beautiful ace that's pretty much secures Illuminar's second round. Makes sure that they keep the majority of the players alive. And not only that, they actually start to break the economy of Zero Tenacity as well. We can see they're out of their deep funds, and this is one of their last buys. If they fail here, it's gonna have to be an eco next. Without a bomb plant, they are also looking at a potential reset of economy, as we got Nemanja pushing through short. A little bit of damage dealt to him through the wall bank by Furlan, but it is a B setup being readied up. And Zero Tenacity, do they go through a molly? Surely not, because the smoke will follow this up. There's the smoke.
Decent utility, but it is still the T side. Yeah, the T side, they're pulling back from this.
Yeah, Illuminar used 2 smokes on Monster. This could be an issue once the round plays out a little bit longer, because they got 2 left, and surely they won't use both on Monster at this point.
I said as well, Zero Tenacity seem like they are pulling back a little bit, but no, they're instead of readying up for the second volley. I even like this as well. They got a boost on the short. Atarax, he's got to be careful not to swing behind him. Might be taken down, but AVN through Monster again. Will he give it an entry? Actually, that goes to Simk instead of the defense. Now with PHR, trying to stand as tall as long as he can.
Feel the burn.
Through the edge of the smokes, he has to be wary over this. He's good at the jump. And beautiful nade case again. Continuing this for the CT side, but now it comes down to the retake. 2 versus 3. Man down, half they putting on shuffle, makes things a little bit easier. And Case again. Impact out of this man and nothing else at this moment. 2 kills, 2 more to go.
So good. Man, so accurate. And Ultimate and K's gotta go for this retake. They both got the fuse kits. There's a smoke available as well. This is gonna be of great help once we get to those final few seconds. But Nemanja!
Timing couldn't be better.
That's it.
Beautiful. Beautiful out of this T side.
A shutdown and a half.
Recovery. Man,
Truly.
that is insane.
It is. It is. I mean, it cuts close to the edge, but Zero Tenacity are able to persevere and are determined to win. And exactly that's what they do, as Illuminar take quite a big hit to their economy. We can see that they're kind of going for a half buy here, with Ultimate going for an M4, the rest effectively saving their money. This is a great outlook for Zero Tenacity's first half. I mean, they might even be able to pick this one up 10-2, which would be insane, given that it is T side of Overpass, which is not easy to play by no account. Or by all accounts, I should say.
Wow.
Did he
Takes
just...
a dink. Yeah, he just got dinked through the wall and the door.
I don't think they'll expect Furlan here because of the Molotov. Yeah, they don't check him. They think the molly burns deep enough, but it does not. It's going to be back to Furlan trying to shut this down. He's still alive, and the timing here for Tjofo not the greatest.
He's not alone either.
Nope.
AK picked up. This is another bait for the CT side, but it's still working out for them. Not a single casualty as of yet.
Damn.
Illuminar absolutely cooking Zero Tenacity in around about 11. Could still make this 8-4, which would be at least viable. Wouldn't be great, but there's no guarantee. Beautiful shot. Bomb still needs to be picked up as well. Simk could go back for it. AVN can't take a little bit of space toward the B side. And they are taking a little bit of their time here. Unsure if anyone has actually pushed into T-spawn. All the while, the CT side, they are making their own rotations at the same... toward the same side of the map. Weapons in their hands, in position. They have a Molotov as well to slow down the bomb plant if they want to.
They really are worried about AVN or Simca pushing up close to CT. You can tell the fact that they're waiting in toilets. Oh, excuse me, not toilets, in tunnels.
That's actually great timing. Simca couldn't afford to go through the Molotov.
Yeah.
It's better 1 versus 4 for AVN, and he's hit some nice shots, sure, but 4 more to go. No chance, no shot, nuh-uh.
Not with 10 seconds. Exactly. As Ultimate finds 2, and... I mean, I gotta say, if it weren't for Case, this would have been a very different first half ending. Instead,
absolutely.
Illuminar at least have a chance to close it 4-8, which is, given the circumstances, very good for them. In any case, we got ourselves Zero Tenacity with a weak buy, Simca on the AK. We got a Mac 10 on AVN, AVN, excuse me.
Just to make one thing clear for me and anyone else watching.
Yeah.
How do you pronounce Nemanja's name?
Nemanja.
Nemanja. Okay. I want to make sure, because I've heard a lot of or a couple of ways, and often it is with a J. I just want to make sure.
Yeah, it's basically his name is like Hunters, right? Nemanja Kovac.
Yeah.
So yeah, Nemanja is his nickname. But yeah, I mean, speaking of nicknames, I think AVN should be given the nickname Executor, because taking 2 down, basically the flank being cleared.
That's actually been taken by Turkish man.
Yes, of course. But of course it is. Nonetheless, Furlan and Anarax.
Formerly of 9 back in the day, but I believe Valorant has him now, if I'm not completely mistaken. Could be, but nonetheless, doesn't matter.
Round done.
That's a
half done.
Yeah, something we'll talk about instead. We're looking at the scene ahead of us. 9-3, a wonderful T-half.
Yeah.
And like you said, if it wasn't for Case, this could have been a whole different sort of game.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. I mean, Case's ace.
That's how they got the second round. Yeah.
Exactly, is what bought Illuminar the chance to even make it to 3, and right now their T side better be godlike, otherwise we're facing a very quick first map. I mean, we waited for over an hour and a half, over an hour and 10 minutes, I think, give or take.
Yeah, about, yeah. I mean, if you count the time for the pre-game, it would have been
Yeah.
like 10 minutes more as well. So, you know, at hour 20, we could round that up to hour 30.
Yeah, hour 30,
And at that point,
let's
why
say.
not just round it up to 2 hours?
Just go up, you know, keep rounding it up. But yeah, I mean, this map
Yeah,
might
such
be
an ugly number. How about 3?
Yeah, how about 4 hours? Let's just round it up to a beautiful, you know,
Beautiful square. Yeah.
beautiful square, exactly. But yeah, it's gonna be round 13. It's second half, second pistol, and it's all eyes on the first contact. Simke, beautiful to
Oh,
begin, and
Joffa,
look at
Joffa,
Joffa.
beautiful.
Dual Berettas in his hands, they're deadly, and it's enough. Joffa with a 4K, and that's what you get when you push through a smoke-in monster, and on the other hand is the man with a golden plan. Joffa,
You
of
rounded up
course.
to 4, man. That's 4 headshots out of the dualies. I think
Absolutely
headshots,
fantastic.
nonetheless, it doesn't matter. Beautiful defense out of him. Headshots, mostly.
Yeah,
3 out of 4, ain't
yeah,
too bad, and you round
it's
that up
fine.
again.
It's fine,
75%. Zero Tenacity reaching double digits.
Exactly. And Sjoffa, of course, as Maden from Montenegro, aka Crna Gora. Beautiful country, beautiful seaside. Nemanja, perhaps a little bit too focused on the earlies, but Brute Monster.
Take a bow.
The king is
MP9
back in town.
continuing to farm. One more to go, and it is EZ for the CT side.
A valuable trade here for the CTs, to be fair. I mean, losing 1 for the fact of getting, what, 2 kills with the MP9, 2 kills with the nade. That's as good as it gets here for Z10. And not only double digits, but now 2 away from securing map 1. Very quick, very easy, and very much on point. Zero Tenacity. Not disappointing, and this is what I expected. Been together long
Trying to put us
enough.
back on schedule.
Exactly. They're like, you know what? We might be a little bit delayed, but we'll make it quick for you lads. Oh god, that crosshair is still so ugly when you see it. I cannot get my...
Please be able to turn that off.
Yeah, please tell me, Volvo, you allowed an option to turn that off.
You can't even spam with left hand, right hand anymore. They've
Yep,
ruined it, man.
it's just broken. Yeah.
But actually, I did have someone in my messages. This sort of there's some sort of jack off. They're saying they don't mind the update. Just that's too strange.
Oh, I'd like to talk to this Jack person.
Real. Ooh.
Good headshot. With an
headshot.
MP9.
Yeah, we often do see a lot of these the spray spam towards connector nowadays. Basically, if you're not taking short, or even if you are, you do still spam connector just to
Yes.
get that information, just to get any free damage.
And that's, I mean, that was a lot of info because they heard the headshot, so they know exactly there's at least one player there. And
Even more so, I think, even if it is with an MP9, it does make things a little bit easier. And at this point, if you are Illuminar, you don't want to see that.
You don't want to feel yourself getting headshot through the walls with the scoreline 13, or not 13, 11-3. Mixing up the numbers here a little bit.
yeah, I mean, at this point, it might be 13 soon enough. To be fair,
Oh, Nemanja beautifully high suppressor as well.
good
Can't be
check.
seen. One and not the second.
Goes
Thought he was
wide.
going to get that two as well, but not this time. Instead, what are the A side? Here we go again. The brute monster might get himself a couple more, and look at him go. It is EZ.
yep,
Z10, Z12.
the definition of a good upper. Of course, jiggle peeking to see if there's a second player, enough to know where exactly he is, and basically just pre-aim that corner, get the free kills. Beautiful shutdown, and this first one was really good, and not to mention it was an important one on Case, right? Case has been a thorn in the side of Zero Tenacity throughout the entirety of Overpass. Even if it's a short map, he has been a problem for them regardless, and very accurate, very deadly. In any case, round 16, 12-3, Zero Tenacity one away from securing map 1, their own choice here of Overpass.
If we were talking about as well before the game on the players the Illuminar have. Case didn't stand out. We were looking at Ultimate, of course. He is the Oprah.
Yes.
He did show us he's got a couple of nice shots in the first half. But Case, right? If he can keep some of this sort of
Performance.
game
Yeah.
up for himself as well, definitely could have
Oh!
continued showing
Shuffle!
Illuminar Shuffle. However,
That's it.
he's absolutely cooked him. Talking about the great players that Illuminar could have, and if they could keep up a little bit of consistency, find stability with this roster, it is too much to handle for Ultimate in this round. And for this game, Zero Tenacity, they take no prisoners.
I mean, talking about cooking, the Balkan barbecue, one of the best in the world, and it's cooked for Illuminar. They get absolutely roasted here on Overpass. It was kind of expected. We said in the pregame, of course, with the veto showing Overpass as the first map, Illuminar don't really play it or haven't played it officially yet.
Not just the first map, but the first time the squad has played the game or map in an official.
Exactly, in an official capacity on Overpass, and unfortunately it doesn't go through. A little bit of a collapse of the system. First half, really not a great one. If it weren't for Case, I don't think they even would have had 3 rounds. They would have stayed on 1, because it looked like it would go the distance for Illuminar to perhaps end at 13-1. But that's map 1, that's Overpass. Next up, it's Mirage, the choice of Illuminar. I'm not really sure how I feel about it, because I think this momentum shift, or at least this momentum that Z10 picked up, is going to be really hard to stop for Illuminar.
On a map like Mirage especially, right? You said it as well, it is the most played map by far, bar Dust 2. And we're going to be seeing Mirage, right? Maybe there is a little bit Illuminar have cooked on it. Young team, fresh team, their map pick, you hope for the better. But also, Balkans on a Mirage, you know you're going to get W'd on, so we'll see how that goes for them. Will this be a 2-0? Will this be 3 maps or not? We'll find out after this break. See you in about 10 minutes, ladies and gents. We'll do not go anywhere.
Low commissions. Instant payouts. Skin plays.
And we are back. Now, I was told I'm gonna do this intro, apparently, just as I said you do it. So here we are, ladies and gents.
Hello.
Map number 1 ends very abruptly, very quickly, without even a chance for Illuminar to fight back. The only round they managed to really showcase was Case Ace. And afterwards, they had a 2v2 retake. You know, maybe could have gone a different way, I'd say. But the result is in. 13-3 doesn't leave a lot of hope for Illuminar on Overpass.
Nor a lot of room for interpretation. Like,
No, not really.
if
They
there
had a
was-
couple of chances. They could have turned things around. 8-4 would have been plausible. But just as possible, it would have been in 13-1.
Exactly. It's the thing is, if they had perhaps pulled or reined in the result a little bit earlier, maybe gotten 4 or 5 rounds on the first half, I could still hear the case for their second half. But as soon as they lost that pistol, things really started to take a turn for the worse. And obviously, we had everybody on the side of Zero Tenacity perform very well. Showing up, AVN, Simke, both finding great entries and effectively securing quite a clean ending to map number 1. And Zero Tenacity, they'll be happy to go to Mirage. They'll be very happy to go to it, as it's another map they play. It's another map that, whilst it is perhaps going to be a little bit more balanced in terms of the team's performance on it, most likely due to it being Mirage, obviously, I feel like they are very much hyped and ready to take it on. They've played it a lot in the past few months, and there is no doubt in my mind that they are ready to bring the heat on Illuminar.
It really feels like it. Now, I know I said this before the break, but I still feel like it needs to be said again. You're going up against Balkans and Mirage. You're not gonna get... You need to stop them immediately, or it's never gonna stop. You're just gonna get W'd every single round. 1 entry, A site's gone. That's the sort of game I feel like is gonna be happening, and with map 1 as the benchmark, I think we are definitely looking at very much of the sort. Joffo, 20 kills, 6 deaths, a 2.1 or 2.08 rating. Brute Monster, 17 kills as well on the AWP. It's not an easy time for Illuminar, no matter if they pick this map. The problem still is they're a young team, completely brand new. Essentially a month together of practicing, and maybe a bit more, give or take a couple of weeks.
Fresh out of the factory.
Yeah, they haven't had the time to iron out all the kinks on every single map in the pool, and Overpass was one. That was the first time they'd ever played it. Now they've played every map at least once. They banned a nuke in the veto first. And that was a map they'd already kind of tried and then maybe decided, maybe not today.
My reasoning behind it all...
Troubles.
Yeah, troubles, first of all. And second of all, my reasoning behind them picking Mirage is more in the terms of, okay, we don't have a very deep map pool, right? We don't have a lot of knowledge on the maps that we didn't prepare a lot. And Mirage, they probably didn't prepare a lot at all on it. So they're more thinking in the terms of, we probably scrimmed it a lot. We probably played it a lot in pugs. Let's just take Mirage because we already know how to play it. We don't need to discover hot water on it. So let's just kind of, let's take it as we go. Mirage is our kind of backup plan. We know we don't have a deep map pool, but perhaps this is where we can surprise them. And I'm expecting them to be far better on Mirage overall. Though, as you already mentioned, Zero Tenacity, if you aren't able to stop them early on, you ain't stopping them at all.
Yeah, and just to actually, I'm gonna say this one more time, by the way, or bring it up differently. I didn't actually realize it until now, but we have a Balkan team that played Overpass. I don't think I've ever seen that before. That is crazy.
I mean,
but
I guess, yeah.
Yeah, hey, how often do you actually see it, now that I mention it? Think of one team that does so.
Ooh.
Until the last 6 months, did G2 play it?
I think they didn't play it at all. I think it's one of
their... it has been the permaban for so long. I think Nico said it, or Nico even tweeted out when...
Yeah, that he doesn't like
finally,
it.
Yeah, he hates that map, and he's finally happy it's out, but... yeah, man, it's just not a big map on in Vulcan region. Oh my god, that is a quick dink already on the Simk as well. Bullying the B site now. A little bit so, but no. Pulling back. Not an entry. They're not too keen to run in without knowing exactly how the CTs wait on the other side. They did give away a little bit of information as well. A couple of footsteps potentially, but the CTs still holding steady on the A side of the map. CMK alone on B, 9 HP. Guys, I'm fine. Just stay on A.
Yeah, there's no noise, there's no enemies. Just stay A, boys, and that's exactly what they're doing. Z10.
It might pay off beautifully as well. Look at this. They've got a CT on the balcony and Tetris crossfire here.
I love the calls from Nemanja here. Like, this is obviously Nemanja reading into the scenario and just saying, you know what, stay A. Don't even give in to the fake B take. You know, stay where you at. Don't give it away for free, and that's it. And here we go. A push coming in. They check Sandwich. They find Brute Monster. They find ABN. They do. There's no kills yet, but Jumbo delivers again. The man's a menace, and it's hard to stop him when he is. 3 versus 3 as Nemanja delivers, but Simke and Tjofa both get picked up. Now down to Nemanja, the IGL. 1v2. Oh, he hits the first. He's got a kit. He's got a smoke. Nemanja and a Kevlar. This could work. Furlan has no Kev at all. He's going to check him. He's going to see him. A lot of time on the clock still for Nemanja to play this. Furlan.
Jumping around. Kit out of smoke definitely makes things easier for Damari as well. And now just find one more shot. Oh, the HP's only have 4 health. Go above. Go above. Can't hit the shots. It's hard to hit. And there you go to eventually end this round of shenanigans. Wow. It is going to be Furlan to pick up the round. 2 kills in it for him and 1 bullet to make the difference.
Whew, that was Furlan playing a beautiful game of cat and mouse. They switched position twice on triple and first, and they were able to kind of ring around the rosy, avoiding the bullets from Nemanja. And honestly, I thought Nemanja might switch up to a Glock when he got onto site, because it would make life a lot easier. But here comes the force bite, right? Yeah. Let's see. Solo. IGL on A.
Very much an interesting call.
Yeah.
But if you are going for the force by a stack like this, definitely ain't a bad thing. You lose a site here if Nemanja maybe gets to 2, maybe he gets even more as well. Somehow. It's a retake worth going for. If he just gets 1 and dies, it's gotta be a save, I feel like. And they still have weapons for the next round with 4 players on B. A pretty decent call, but falling back, the util is there. They're not gonna catch him by surprise. But still a reason to fight for this one with the CT side. Go for the first 1 or 2 entries, see how it goes. And now toward the site already as Nemanja being taken down and Chopper trading it out as well. A couple more CTs are willing to fight. And it's probably a falling shot for Brute Monster. Not the only one. It's now down to 2 versus 2. But they're kills, still getting kills in this round. Still dealing damage. The CT side, they are being forced out of this round. And same with the T side, down to the last man standing on both sides. 33 versus 79 HP. And the scout is looking for the tag. It's not far off from connecting. But it's Brute Monster, who needs to nail the shot here, and quickly so. Smoke out, back 10 will nail it. Oh my god, if this is not a close call, if this is not a reason to go for another force bite, I don't know what is.
Oh, I mean, that's a tough scenario for Z10. I think they eventually have to push to those rifles. And yeah, I could see a force buy. Obviously, they're doing great. They're really keeping the edge on Illuminar and themselves. But I feel like at this point, they'd be pushing it a bit too far. So yeah, full eco in turn. Although, as you said, right, I could absolutely foresee another force buy, or could have foreseen, I guess you could say.
You could see Zero Tenacity foreseen.
I see what you did there.
See the force. I don't,
It is very hard actually to
Yeah.
make that fly. I like this though, Nemanja. Zeus, kill reward now at $100. Oh, but that's 300 instead of per case. Jumbo, 5-7 again. He looks to get a little bit of impact
going with it, but only a little bit of damage instead. As Anorax's Mactet is clearing out a couple more, he's farming himself money. And the CT side, they're basically done and out of the round. Not much for them.
Excellent beginning for Illuminar, though. We gotta point it out. Very different to what we saw on Overpass, and
Oh, look at the damage. Where's the...
Why?
Why
Did
does HE have the
Did he
jumping?
jump? Did Case jump and throw the HE? I guess that's the case, right? Surely.
That is, I suppose, but that's a very interesting choice to have it on the nade as well.
Or maybe the nade was in air when it exploded and killed
Yeah,
the
but that
player.
makes no sense.
Yeah, that does make no sense because it's gonna like, yeah.
I mean,
It's
yeah.
got AOE damage, so it's not like it's gonna make a difference whether it's in the air
There's
or on the
almost no
ground.
chance an HE's gonna be landing on the ground anyways and just staying there.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, oh,
Interesting.
threw the HE and then your opponent throws it back at you. Nah, you now. But yeah, Z10. This is the round they need to win if they wish to kind of put up a bit of a defense early on, not let Illuminar kind of play chess against their checkers.
I mean, I know what I said. The Z10, Mirage, they're gonna run at you. Mostly on the T side, I would imagine, but CT would not be that big of a surprise for me either.
Op out for Brute Monster, possibly mid
Definitely.
control. They'll go for here. I would assume as much.
From what I can tell, Brute Monster might have the spawn for either Palace or
I think Palace.
Connector.
I think Palace.
Yeah, he has the spawn to go for Connector or Palace. So if they do want to jump on ADN, Jofo maybe out of mid, that could work out as well. Go for the early challenge. Try to display a little bit of dominance early on, but we'll see how this goes. What exactly are their plans?
Oh, never mind. Brute Monster's gonna go back in towards window.
All right, yeah, very default, very basic.
Yep.
And out of mid, nearly giving away something as well. Early Molotov toward window as well. I like this. No need to waste smokes when you don't have to. But
like
this is
this from
interesting for
Illuminar.
Illuminar. Already out of ramp.
Two guys
Very
already
quick
crossed
toward the
out.
side.
They know pretty much everything they need to know. Neymania getting caught at stairs, fully blinded. Anarax and PHR, the entries are there, and I think this should be more than enough for Illuminar to force C10 into a save. I mean, this retake is not going to succeed without a defuse kit, and I don't see a defuse kit anywhere.
Oh,
Okay,
that
never
might
mind.
tempt them though. They've still got a little bit of room to work with. Problem is, the bomb's been planted on triple, and
Yeah.
they've got a very late flank from the B site.
Yeah, and AVN's going to be caught in the back. There's almost no chance he checks short, does he? Oh, he is looking. He
Yeah,
is kind of
The X-ray's kind of looking that way, but Furlan doesn't really have to go for the swing.
Yeah, but there's
Unless
the
they
call,
try
right?
to tap the bomb, yeah, that would then force his hand, but they're not going for it. No kit, as you said. I didn't see one on the site either, dropped by Chofo. Maybe on stairs, but I don't think so.
I don't think
round's
anybody
done
had a
anyways.
kit. Yeah, exactly.
And if no one has a kit, I'm actually, at that point, right, with the way the round plays out, of course, hindsight is 20/20, but I really would have liked to see them go for that mid-control. They had good spawns for it.
Yeah,
They
I
could
mean,
have sent Brute Monster, like we said, towards Connector, maybe hold Solo towards A as well. But this is what we have. Illuminar 4-0, a great start for them.
best possible opener you could hope for.
Already beating the score on map 1, which they had a 13-3 loss on overpass, so it shows the top middle there. This, thankfully, top left shows Illuminar's map pick, so we are seeing a better side of them no matter what, and it's already been confirmed. Oh, what a bounce with the Molotov, by the way. Force a fight, Furlan back 10, will get first kill onto Simk, burning the Molotov in the flames a little bit, and he's not alone to one side either, there's more help coming. And 1, 2, 3, the CTs fall.
That's round again. You gotta save. Never mind. No saving. No round. Sialfa, why are you even still here? Not gonna lie. Should have been the op. Oh yeah, I guess, yeah, that's a good observation. For some reason I didn't think of it. But yeah, takes the op, gets out. 5-0.
It's early in the morning, we've been bamboozled a little bit. We've had the delays.
Haven't had my coffee.
Damn.
Had an
Been 2
energy
hours,
drink.
man.
Yeah, I know. I need to eat something after this also. Probably gonna have hot dogs. But yeah, right now, Zero Tenacity getting the dog, and well, they're getting absolutely slammed to the floor. Not looking too sweet. Nobody outperforming, nobody really shining, nobody able to put up a fight. Effectively, Luminar kind of walking over them all over the place, and it's looking very solid. The Polish team, with a reason they picked Mirage. I said it before, previously before we started the second map. It's to be expected that they would want to play Mirage if they perhaps haven't prepared a lot for it in terms of in-depth, you know, offline preparation. They certainly know how to play it, and you can see that they do. And they're feeling comfortable on it. Furlan able to sneak his way into ladder. And this is going to be a B split. 3 players holding, though. Zero Tenacity making the right call here. It's Nemanja that's making those decisions, and he is reading it very well as the B push is about to come. Decent nade. I don't think he saw anybody, but he's about to see them. When he jumps, he sees 2. He sees the C4.
Smoke deployed. That is going to force a couple of fights. Might make it very awkward now as well, with Brute Monster getting contact from short. One still with a sight, and the... Now you gotta worry about the boost as well. Above the edge of the smoke. 2 kills Fabric out of the T side. They are done for in this one. We put out the fire on the CT side. It's still kicking from map number 1. Just took a while to get started. The play toward the B side has worked out fairly well. Good flashbang forcing the fight. Nearly even gets it, but it is Simk to cover for it. Making sure the mana does survive. It is Zero Tenacity's first round on the board.
Indeed.
And now to continue from this as well, right? That is a great call again to be made for Zero Tenacity. The stack, it works beautifully. The utility as well.
Indeed. And not gonna lie, AVN, excuse me, not AVN, Brute Monster holding on short, did he? In Edward? Yeah, Brute Monster is in Edward. The fact that he's able to get the first kill is vital, because it shuts down the initial position of Illuminar, and then they're forced to kind of react to him on short first, instead of checking for Nemanja on site on Boombox.
Or Simke towards
and Simke on car, on van. It really works very well in tandem here. Z10, this time we see that mid presence. A lot of utility exposed, or utilized, excuse me, to take control, but it's an A play behind it. Illuminar.
I do like this though, right? Zero Tenacity, they tried to duel towards mid. Illuminar weren't really having it, so they just pulled back a little bit. Now they go back toward the A site. And I really like the rotations as well. 2 towards CT. Might make things a little bit interesting for Illuminar to try to clear both Joffo and a Brute Monster away from their positions.
The timing.
Well, go for the duel. The Molotov is there to force him. Nade. 1, 2. CT side, they still have Brute Monster as well, but they seem to be aware of his position, at least the danger it does possess.
Monster
extremely careful. Bomb
needs a kill here.
Planted. There's the ult from CT, or in CT, now dead. And immediately putting Illuminar back on track here. 6-1 beginning. This is more what we were expecting, what we were hoping for.
Especially given that it's Mirage, especially given what we saw on map 1. The momentum shift is here now, and Illuminar on the verge of really taking it to new levels. Ultimate hitting his mark as well. We gave him praise in the first half of Overpass. He did, he pulled off some nice tricks, and then Case took over that by absolutely smashing into Zero Tenacity on an ace. Fortunately, that wasn't enough, as they still lost the half 9-3, but here it seems to perhaps go the other way. It might just go 9-3, or even worse for Zero Tenacity, if Illuminar are able to keep this up. And a tactical timeout. First one we actually see as a whole. Like, I don't remember having a tactical timeout at all on Overpass. And please remind me if we had, but I really don't.
I don't think so. We only had a technical one with the anti-cheat, and then I think one more as well. That didn't last too long either, so...
Yeah.
Didn't really have those. Maybe Illuminator's getting kind of caught in the pace of Overpass. But here's Zero Tenacity, who have to call for one. Realizing they might be in a little bit of trouble. Confidence from map 1 not really doing as much or as many favors for them as they'd hoped. Seeing a great start out of Illuminar, great util usage as well, and I like the fact that we're not seeing them running into a lot of these positions. They're being careful, like we saw in the previous round with Nemanja towards jungle as well.
Yeah.
Right, he wasn't being, he was being forced into a fight, but for him, that was extremely awkward. There's nades coming over from Tetris, one was close, they had a player in Palace, right? That's the sort of caution on the T side I like to see here. And showing that Illuminar, right, maybe they're still young, they're definitely practicing Mirage, they have a good idea how to play together, how to play in tandem. That's what we saw the one around Zero Tenacity caught as well. Seeing them play together, definitely a great sight. But they still gotta keep that up, right? Still 6-6 a possibility, maybe not realistic, but it's still possible. 8-4 potentially as well. You know, anything that gives Zero Tenacity a chance for that second half is still posing definitely a huge threat to Illuminar at the moment. With the way map 1 ended, with the individuals we saw, Illuminar cannot get content here.
The moment they get complacent is the moment they lose this map. They
That's
gotta keep up the
old
pressure.
saying, yeah.
They gotta keep up the attention, and more specifically, keep Zero Tenacity guessing at all times. And this start on a push.
Stacks.
Yeah, it's a stack they're walking into. In con, spotted is Furlan, but he already gets a double. AVN gets caught out with the M4, and that's round done. That's 7-1 for Illuminar.
Magia, 1 for him, and here comes the last man as well. Dealt with easily. A stack towards A, it's jungle smoke, a double entry from Nemandia as well.
Yeah.
Oh, was it Furlan?
No, sorry, Furlan.
Yeah, Furlan.
The double.
Nemandia. I just looked at him, and he's on the CT side.
Yeah. Oh, you caught me there by surprise for a second, but
Yeah, I
it
caught
was
myself
Furlan.
there as well a little bit.
Yeah,
it
Furlan,
doesn't matter too much, but they dismantled the stacker really well.
and it kind of all hangs in the balance in the hands of Furlan, right? Because he's coming from con. If he dies without a kill, that's all of a sudden a single point of entry that the T's are coming in, and Zero Tenacity can focus their efforts in holding it down.
Exactly.
And right now, we see another B presence push for Illuminar. Seems like they are committed to it.
Fast out toward the side, and top mid is going to be where Nemandia gets his grave. The tombstone set at 1:25, but Illuminar not actually pressing the avenue on this just yet. They've got plenty of time left.
That's what they did, if you recall, on the pistol. They pushed up B early.
It is, yeah.
And then they pushed back towards A, and it seems like they're pulling another one of those with leaving, I believe, not Anorak's case in B apps. The rest back towards middle. Maybe switching to go through short. Trades off. 2 for 2. In this case, not advantageous for Z10. And back, they think perhaps it's free. Simke is playing in Forest right now. And if they don't molly it, he's guaranteed at least 1 kill.
Let's see if that will hold up in the court of law here, which is the public opinion, of course, the most dangerous one. Ooh, now let's see. Simke, guaranteed 1 kill. You heard it here first from Theo over CR. Unfortunately, it's not happening. Case quick on the 180. Not even a guarantee will do.
Nope.
Zero Tenacity will be given up round number 8. Brew Monster 1v3 AWP, despite 2 players being low, it's not enough. He doesn't have the information, doesn't have the confirmed damage. And an AWP to save is just way too tempting at this point.
You gotta save it, obviously, right? There's no question about it. I mean, it would be absolutely foolish to even try something here. And Zero Tenacity, I didn't think they would have this much trouble on Mirage. I expected more out of them, and well, right now they're getting shafted hard. And Illuminar, nobody's really, shining bright like a diamond. Nobody's going absolutely out of their way to get 15 plus kills like we saw earlier from Case in map 1 on the first half. But everybody's performing, everybody's showing up, and they're doing their part.
Exactly, and that's all they need right now.
Exactly.
1 or 2 kills per player in a round, then next round is different players' turn, basically. That's mostly what we're kind of seeing here for Illuminar.
We gotta start
Zero
talking.
Tenacity.
We gotta start talking about options here. Zero Tenacity. They go for an eco, obviously half buy. You can say an upgrade round. If they can't get at least 3 or 4, let's say.
Start though on a ramp.
It's an
Mag
excellent
7.
one. Yeah, don't get to see that weapon very often. That's the AWP dropped as well. So there's now 2 AWPs in play for Z10.
Look, they immediate switch up in setups as well.
Yeah.
Open CT, Nemadi towards the stairs.
He's watching that
through
smoke.
the
But not,
stairs. He's not seeing it.
Oh, God.
The gun blocks his view. Should have gone left-handed, unfortunate enough. And again, Furlan, look at him go. Second shot as well, that was Jovo in CT. The AWP's taken out.
That's round again.
Yeah, it comes down to that first kill on Furlan. He gets that, he has access, and a second shot you just can't do much about. And AVN, I think he's gonna be number 3.
He might get a free
Jumping
kill.
low. Not
He
yet.
does.
There you go.
But that's it. That's 9 and 1. Brute Monster currently not even, shot once with the op.
Not even much of a factor at the point, or
Yeah,
at this point,
yeah.
is he? Right?
Currently
he had the
ineffective.
op alone towards the B side. Not much from it, and with this, he's gone.
Well, there we have it. 10 to 1, and excuse me, 9 to 1. I don't know why I
Seeing
have
the
10 in my
future,
mind,
are
but
we?
yeah, perhaps already the future being told here. You know, I'm an oracle after all. You know, they say we're prophets, casters, and you never know which doctors.
Sometimes we also work against you.
Yeah,
doctor.
exactly. We do,
We
you know,
we do a little bit of cursing here.
yeah, you've all seen the casters
witchcraft.
heard. Exactly. The
The
old
magic
ways.
and such. Yeah. I like this though. Pushing through mid. This is what I wanted to see for the first Garden as well, but didn't
Yeah.
get to. Now we have Zero Tenacity who are taking this map control.
There's one problem though. Nobody's on B, and luckily
Nobody's on B, but they
we
can
see
make that
rotation
call.
for Simke. Yeah.
Again, basically going for the pistol strat again, with 4
Oh,
players in
failed
the
flash.
apartments, 1 towards A still. Expecting a push, denying information. Little bit of counter youth still. Monster does get the first towards A. Deep up smoke as well. That's going to delay
it.
Illuminar even more.
And they might just push back towards A in this instance. Maybe back
If they
towards
go back
mid
to
A.
mid, yeah, they've gone mid, I think, twice or
Yes.
once at least before in a round like this.
Yeah,
If
I
they
think
do, they are going to be caught here.
they went to check mid, and already reporting from top mid is Nemanja. It's going to be a great
Good job.
nade, but he
Oh,
is
wow.
isolated. Good night, PHR. Accurate, deadly. And we spoke about PHR and Furlan being the two legacy players for Illuminar, right? The two players that have been well established in the past in many iterations of different Polish teams. And certainly these two players are, we're kind of looking out for the most. And right now they're performing. They're giving us a show and a half, the one that we expected them to give already on Overpass. And Z10, look at the call. They got Simke pushing, AVN pushing underpass.
They're on the up. Spots them. They are baiting them in. Now they still gotta check Sandwich, and that's where Shuffle lies. Not multi-kills this time, but he still gets something out of this, and he's not the only one. The up makes it a 2v2 with a trade from Furlan. Moment to be planted a second too late. The spam is still there, at least chip
Oh, the
away.
flank
Headshots
now.
viable on both players, and AVN.
Has he
Shadow
been
is
hurt?
away here, but they're not checking for it. Ultimate timing's not there. The last man stat is going to be Furlan again.
Oh, I like this.
We talked
I
about
like
this,
this. Oh,
Has
spotted
been
though.
spotted! Oh no!
Pulls
Headshot.
out the pistol. 2 bullets in the magazine for the M4. Not enough. And Furlan with a Glock shuts it down. And yeah, I guess I did kind of predict the future. 10 to 1. Last round, first half. It looks like it's going to be another quick map.
So it really seems, yeah. Both teams want to make these maps quick. And honestly, I did not expect this good of a game out of Illuminar here.
Neither did I.
But
After
I
Overpass,
think
for
it's-
sure.
Yeah, I don't think it's actually that good of a game in some senses, but I think Zero Tenacity just not living up to what map 1 gave them. The individuals completely falling off. That was a bit risky. Furlan, by the way, the ult had to be a good spawn for it, and ultimately the AK, they swapped those guns around a little bit, but still the result continues. 5v3 at the moment in the last round and a half. T side, they are looking at another beautiful round for themselves on this T side, and Zero Tenacity, right? Usually we would say, 8-4, 9-3 if you win the pistol, will still be fine to come back from. But this is just way too bad, way too much.
There's too much of a difference already. I mean, AVN is about to be dropped on short. He's lucky to get out alive, but doesn't matter. Simke is alone on A. He's got the MP9 in his hands. He's got to have to deliver here. Okay, good shutdown of
express
case.
delivery.
Yeah. Somebody called for a 2-day delivery or same-day delivery even. Peek out.
Hello? They're still making this
AVN.
one happen.
It's working. They don't have a kit though, keep that in mind. And there goes Simke. AVN alone, 1v1,
But he's not expecting Furlan to be crouched in con, and there it is, 11 to 1. A very one-sided first half of Mirage.
Talking about the individuals who didn't show up on map, we're talking about Case who did. look at this one now. Furlan 16-5, PHR 14-5. The two players that we've known for a long time in this Polish scene. They're stepping up now that they need to. And Illuminar, I like the calls as well they had on the T side.
It felt like they had an identity, a very unique way of playing. It's maybe a little bit simple, but it still worked out really well. And Zero Tenacity, I mean, I don't know how much or how else to say, but they did not deliver that first half at all.
Yep.
A
Nothing.
couple of stacks, a couple of calls. Some of them good, some bad, but only one round of the results.
The one B
Mirage,
stack that worked.
not too kind.
Yeah, it's a tough one. It's a tough one. Zero Tenacity, the pistol has to be won, and they're gonna push through short. They're
wow.
getting shut down by PHR. They get one, but in trade, they lose 4. That's round. That's map. There is no chance now that I see Z10 making a comeback, unfortunately. And even perhaps, if I might be slightly biased towards them, as, you know, they are, after all,
From around your part of the world.
well, very close. Yeah, very close,
Yeah.
exactly. And
You know, a day's walk away.
you'd
Maybe
be
a couple days.
You'd be surprised, but it in fact would take you probably like less than a week to get to the first player. But
Yeah, you could just go ahead and say hello, just walk to their door.
Exactly. Still may take a week. Exercise a little bit.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, that's it.
I think this is over, yeah.
Yeah.
It's, it doesn't seem like the T-side have a lot to do, and again, great round for Furlan, gets double kills out of it, more damage dealt as well. And we are done with map number 2.
Quick.
Pretty damn
and
quick. Illuminar,
concise.
even, yeah, one-upping from the first map's scoreline.
I mean, they
It was
really...
13-3, now to 13-1. This is what we said was possible on map 1 for Zero Tenacity, but Illuminar, they delivered on Mirage.
So what? Map 3 is gonna be 13-1?
Something like that, yeah. I
Yeah.
think that's actually called a forfeit.
Yeah. Zero Tenacity. Anubis up next. I hope they've got a plan. I hope they know what they're going to be doing. Currently, Illuminar showing that you know, map 1 was a fluke. That perhaps it came down to the fact that they just didn't play it. They didn't prepare for it, and the difference was notable. Here on Mirage, they gave us what
You
we
see the
expected.
difference.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and kind of answering as well a couple of the questions on the stability, right? Overpass definitely shows they've got a little bit more to explore in the map pool for Illuminar. Maybe Overpass is still one they want to try, because now with Overpass being played, they've tried at least every map once when it comes to official games.
Yeah.
And Mirage, pretty comfortable. I liked it. They had a lot of discipline on that T side. Like I said, the playstyle, it did feel like there was an identity. It felt unique.